Hello Leo, my name's Melanie Florence and this is Hot Tea for the Soul. Today I'm doing a sweet hot tea. So this is about self-love, right? About finding the path to love yourself so that you can be a better you, so that you can be a better you to love other people and be out there in the world, safe for everybody. So this is about healing our wounds, but this is a walk through a journey of how we got here, what the healing elements are around us, what we can use and utilize in our life, you know, how we're putting it in our life, those sort of things, and our partnerships, and then self-love. That's what this is all about. So Leo, thank you for joining me. If you are, this is your first time, thank you. It's great for you to be here. Thank you very much. And if this is you've been here before, thank you very much for being here, and I really do appreciate your support, Leo. It's been a long journey, particularly through these last few months. So I haven't done readings for a while. We're going to warm up. I'm going to warm up our energies here, Leo, put the fire in the spark. Let's see what we've got going on. A few in the air. Right? Whoa, see how that happened. Ooh, grounding. Cave, protection. So you might have been focusing on your own. You might have been focusing, this is very Four of Stones, Four of Pentacles. This is really focusing on yourself, pulling in, watching your budget, really focusing on your home. You might really have started to enjoy it. All right, so some people with this hermitage, they're like, yeah, I've happily pulled into my home, but maybe you've retreated to a cave. Maybe you're looking for a little bit of protection and a little bit of grounding, and you really want to look after yourself and look after your own. Beautiful, right? That's where we want to be. We want to be protecting ourselves. All right, what have we got from the Heart and Soul deck? I've set the camera up a little bit different, so I'm having to work around it. It's really close to my head, so if I bop it, sorry, because I'm on a thing on a spring here. All right, if you want, have I got it in the right spot? Yeah. If you want to experience a deeper level of love in your relationship, you must both consciously and willingly surrender to one another. Feel and honor the sacred within each other. Be vulnerable and give yourself up to love every moment. And every moment in doing so, you will unite love and you will feel alive, reborn with each breath. One loving thought can create a world of infinite love. One drop changes it all, right? Alright, so feel vulnerable, express that. You don't always have to be hardcore, right? You don't always have to toughen the fuck up, right? You're allowed to soften up, right? You're allowed to soften up a bit. You need to be vulnerable. Sometimes you need to let down that so you can let love in. One drop changes the mix, right, Leo? One drop, that's what it's all about. So, what else have we got? Maybe move over just a little bit. Let's get something out of... Oh, Spirit Guide. Are you tuning in? There is somebody around you. Maybe you feel like you've been getting messages. Maybe you feel like you've got your intuition is a bit more. Mine has been recently. And I'm timing this, this is a bit Halloweenish, this reading. So in this time period, you know, it's sort of open for our spirit guides. It's sort of open for our ancestors to talk to us, to be there and be available for us. So you might feel like you need to tune into that. Maybe your spirit guides are protecting you also inside of this time. Okay, I'm going to guess a blessing because we are in the witching month. Then this is, whoa, 2 blessings. All right, a blessing for healing of injury or illness if you've been unwell. So there's a blessing. You might be getting better. So if you've been unwell, there's been a bit of an illness of any different, there's a bit of a blessing in there. All right, and a healing, a blessing on a battle that cannot be avoided. All right, so there are some things that can't be avoided, no matter how. And sometimes you've got to take it on. So sometimes you've got to say the words. Sometimes you've got to defend yourself. You've got to look after yourself, right? From injustice, because this is injustice here. This is like a 2 of arrows-y sort of thing with this band around her eyes there. Got a wand in there, but she is very 2 of arrows-ish. So there's been an injustice, and sometimes you have to take on the battle. So it has got a wand thing, doesn't it? Right, so we've got a really earthy and a wandy, airy sort of blessing inside there. Your spirit guide is in there for you. Sort of covered it up. Let's see if I can move it over just a little bit so we can continue to see it there. Right, so here we are. Let's do a little bit of a shuffle and see what we get out. So 5 cards for how we got here, Leo. Oh, thank you for still being here if you are here. It is not for everybody. This is going to be tune in. Like if you feel that this is not for you, don't force it, right? It's actually really important that you find those messages and you find the right guidance and you find the right reader if you're looking for that. Like, I've actually watched a lot of different readers myself. It's actually fun. It's really fun to watch the interpretations. I learned with the Greenwood. And so watching, I'm still learning, and the other decks are inspiring to see their perspective. All right, 2 more, and then we'll talk about what we got on the table just there. We've got a bit of respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. And then you're taking it home. You know what your responsibility is there. Well, 2 more, so we can talk about this. This is how we got here. You sort of have to respect the battle, right? How you got here. And this is about how we got here. So this is about respect. You see that guy? Now, respect is a man with a very big stick. And that's because that's where he draws the line. He stands for something. All those sticks behind him are the battles that he has fought to be himself, to take the power of himself, to be inspired. They're the things, they're the passion, they're the things he stands for. You don't stand for anything, you'll fall for anything, right? You'll fall for everything. They're your battles. And this is about respecting your journey and drawing boundaries. You're at the end of this channel, and then you sort of have had to take responsibility for it. You take responsibility for what is yours, and they're not burdens if they're your responsibilities. Burdens you give back to other people, they're not yours, right? But this is about being responsible for your spiritual journey. Sometimes this is walking away, sometimes this is walking to, sometimes it's bringing those responsibilities home. Either way, stepping up and doing that. There's been a bit of frustration going on. Sometimes this is about conversations that aren't hitting the mark. Sometimes this is about talking about your feeling, it's about the senses. So it's your conversations via your senses, and sometimes that's really frustration, right? This is frustration. So this can be anxious, nervous energy. Sometimes lists are really good for the 5 of arrows. It's been a frustration in a reunion. All right, so, and maybe this is a reunion with family. This can be, because it's a very family card. This is a very soulmate card. You see the partnership up in the top in here? Inside of here with the family here, and the waterfall is your happiness, right? So your attainment for happiness. Sometimes this is tapping into childhood dreams, and maybe you haven't achieved some of those. Maybe there's been some sort of frustration in reunion and you haven't been able to get that, Leo, or taking this responsibility has led to, and respecting your journey has made a frustration in here. But there's been dedication. So inside of this is about finding what you are dedicated is. What is your happy thought? Normally in all of these other decks, you will find that this card has, somebody sitting in sorrow. This is about ending courses. This is about dedication to your tasks, dedication to the end of a contract. It's dedication to your mind, dedication to your inspiration, to what you faith in. So this is not sitting in sorrow, but that usually when you see these other cards, they've got one that is maybe a dove instead of a black bird. And that's because this is about finding your dedication. What are you dedicated to? Dedicating your mind. Dedicating your mind. Maybe you've been dedicated to this reunion. There might be a weight in here, and you've had to trust that in there. All right. So that's how we got here, Leo. Let me know if that resonates with you, because we're on the journey together. So we need, and I'm doing the shuffle off the side of the desk because it's easier. All right, let's talk about that while I put the other cards out. You can see this beautiful card. This is one of the most beautiful cards of the deck, and you can see all of the seasons in this limb, the world tree, right? Your world tree, you. It's your path. It's your path to the divine. That's what this is about. That's what that labyrinth is. It's you. It's you going back over things and turning over new rocks and discovering new things about things that you might have already known. Rediscovering, re-dreaming your life. All right? Your season, sometimes it's winter, sometimes it's summer. It doesn't stay. It's always in movement. But that's your path to you, all right, to that world tree. And the depth of what that is, your roots is what the tree grows, right? This is all part of that natural cycle. All right, so that gives us the other. These are your healing elements. So you're growing. We're growing our tree. You're walking your path. You've respected you inside of this path. All right, we talked about the hermit. All right, so we've got, well, rest your mind. So through all this period, things have been running over and over and over and over in your mind. Now we're going to rest your mind, right? This frustration is being removed. You're being a bit more sure of your path. Sometimes this is, and it is what it is, but this is about meditation. This is about inputting good things, but taking a rest, stop trying to go through all of these anxieties. So coming out of this period, this healing element, you are going to go into a little bit of solace. This is about taking this is this cave. This is this protection. This is about taking your fire within. Right, and there's a little wren here, and this wren is really, prosperous. It's about, that's our little page of stones in here, and it's about sometimes it's about knowledge and learning, and sometimes it's about renovations, right? So we're taking that in. You're taking your light within, and you're really looking after yourself. It's your journey, and this is very strong. This is really strong. This is not anxiety energy. This is nice and strong, because you're following the ancestor, right? This is very Hierophant energy. sort of thing. This is very, we listen to the stories of the ancestors. You might be going through some ancient history. You might be going through some stuff, listening to what that pathway is. But you can see in here that we've got the pole star. We've got the pole star, right? We've got a shining light on this figure here, who is our denizen of the forest, and literally this is our guide and our shaman, and this is the light. This is the light that we focus on. We focus on our dreams. We keep our focus on our dreams. And so you really are following a path now. Right? You're following a path now. Maybe before it was a little bit thing because you were trying to get something to work, and you emotionally and mentally were trying to get to work. This is saying, let go of some of that emotional, mental, actually, and ground yourself to the deeper, meaningful things inside of yourself. All right, this is, so how are we going to apply that to the world? Because this is a really big change, right? Whoa, okay. Page. So this is double fire energy. Double trouble. This is, I always see this as a ferret. It's ferreting all over the place. It's this big ferret, right? And it's going over here and it's over here and it's looking for new inspiration. It's turning over rocks. It's really inspired. Could be a child. All right. This is a child energy, fire child energy, but really inspired. Real spark of inspiration. Really tuned into their intuition, right? This one and the page of water is like prophet. This is like inspired, right? Inspired by divine inspiration. All right, so you are being inspired, right? So we're burning off some of this frustration up here because we're inspired. All right, Leo. All right, what else have we got? It also could be your inner child, Leo. Definitely. What else have we got? 2 more cards for how we're going to apply to the world. That's one out. And there's the other. Thank you. Oh, and you're talking about it. Oh, we got twins. You're talking about it. This is a page of arrows. So this is double talking about it. This is also an education card like the Wren, but this is real lot of communication. The Woodpecker, really loud. In other cards, it might be like the, what have I got? The Roadrunner in one of them. Really fast action, a lot of talking, maybe a lot of text. You might be really getting involved in social issues inside of here. So it might be a hermit, but you're still talking. The hermit doesn't mean that you're not talking, right? Just because somebody's an introvert doesn't mean they don't like people. It just means they like time to themselves, right? Extrovert, they need other people to think. Introverts, they need people to recharge by themselves, but they still want to talk, right? So there's energy going out. You might be coming, this phase you're going to come out of. We've got good things, because you've got a transition. This is a transition of the mindset. This is a March karma energy. That we've moved on from this frustration. So you've walked into this with frustration, like in the middle of things, your mind has just kept on running over things. And so it's going to pull back, right? You're going to pull back, and there's a transition of your mind. Inside of all these conversations, you're allowed to change your mind, but you're also allowed to be progressive, right? You get more knowledge. You might change your opinion. You're allowed to do that, right? You're allowed to have a new perspective on things. You're allowed to leave something behind. You're allowed to see yourself as a new person. You're allowed to cross this river of emotions and get on the other side and not look back if you don't want to. You're allowed to move on. That's part of trauma healing, is actually moving on from it at some point. Go, oh, I've been over that enough. And when your mind, and don't ignore shit, right? Don't ignore shit. Talk about it. You're going to be inspired. You're going to talk about it. There's a new transition of your mind. That's where this is all going, all right? You're not in that frustrated spot. You're still inspired. You're still emotional and dedicated to this. You're just not so frustrated. We're able to bring this in here. A little bit of meditation if you are finding yourself exponentially spiraling. But literally, you've got the energy here. So, 2, what have we got for partnerships? This could be your lover. This could be your friends. This could be your family dynamic. But this is how you're approaching your partnerships at the moment. Whoppa. Bit foxy. Again, inspired. So this is the Bachelor card. This is a Bachelor card. But this could be travel. This could be transit. It could be that you're actually into the battle. This guy gets a hard rap. He's actually on a spiritual quest. He's still on that spiritual quest. It's going to become more mature. People are seeing this. They're seeing this conversation becoming more mature, perhaps. All right? But he doesn't settle down. Settle down is filthy to this guy. He's actually still out. He's out inspired, but it's a lot of action inside of this fire, inside of here. We're burning off this frustration, right? Express yourself. Express your intuition. You know, you'd be surprised how many things that I can sort of guess before they happen. Be very surprised lately, particularly now that I'm not working full-time. Really. All right. What you're doing is clearing our old beliefs. That's what this is about. We're searching. Searching, right? We're looking. We're looking for something that's inspiring, but this card is a healing card, and it's really about spiritual backburning, right? Every once in a while, you got to trim the garden. Right, this is why we have problems in Australia with bushfires, and it's because we don't backburn anymore. All right, and it's because the Aboriginals did backburn. They would go through and they would get through and they would clear. So when it catches on fire, it doesn't catch on fire. Well, this is about going into your spiritual backburning, letting go of things that no longer suit you in the past, things that so they can't combust. It's time to let them go, and you let go of them consciously. You've made a transition of the mind. It moves to this spot, and it's time to clear out old things. Things that the people have said to you. It could even be really simple. You might have a school teacher that said something really simple to you. All right, really simple. They might have said something. I had a singing teacher who said, never let a man get in the way of your career. Guess what? Didn't have a singing career, didn't have a man. She was fortuitous on a lot of levels there, right? Didn't get her lover, didn't get the career, but she was right. And I listened to her. Sometimes it rang in my head over and over. If I wanted this, I couldn't have this. That wasn't necessarily the truth, but it ended up being the truth, right? Don't let somebody implant. It's time to go back out and weed that garden. Get rid of those things. Somebody said you can't do it because of, that was their opinion. Don't let somebody else's opinion of you become something you believe. And that's what this is about, finding new beliefs, really looking at the divine path for you. What is the healing element for you? This is the last one. I mean, we've got healing elements in here, but this is actually the self-love card. Sometimes it's come up tricky because I sort of invented this before I started creating this channel. Thank you for still being here, and hit like and subscribe. I actually only have been doing it for a while. It's only got 40 followers, so if you are still here, this is probably just for you. Not everybody watches them right through, right? So it's really redefined down to a small group that actually watches them whole way through, because here we are. You're going to feel the love. There's a lot of children in here, I have to say. We've now got 3 children in here. But you're going to feel the love. All of this change, there's going to be small messages, love. It might be a bit juvenile. So it's going to be fun. There's a fun time coming in here. It's saying to me, have fun. Reconnect with this inner child. Have fun. If your soul could tell you one thing in life, it would say, just have fun. Enjoy it. So this is about the love and sharing the love and really being involved. And a couple of these this week have come out in this manner. That's really about really enjoying yourself, letting go of us, and you're letting go of inhibitions, let go of old beliefs, let go of old traditions, let go of all shit that you've pulled in and you've thought about it. And now we're going to talk about it, and you take this responsibility. That was what was frustrating. You're taking this responsibility for the family and your dedication to your mind, and you're taking that responsibility, like holding on, like, right? And so it's like, let go of the frustrations and start talking your inspiration. And we're going to clear out some of these old beliefs because we're making a transition from here to somewhere else, Leo. This is really big energies. I'm going to throw us another couple of cards because we should get another couple of energies to hear end up, Leo. But I hope that resonates with you. It'd be really great to hear from you. If you got this far through, I would really love to hear from you. It's about taking on your passion. Here, there's passion all over this. The fire is passion, you are passion. This is a very passionate reading. So, get your beetroot onto your burger. Apparently it's really good for men's virility. I really hope that you are safe and well wherever you are. And have yourself a good time. All right, mahalo.